Hi everybody, it's day 2 of owning Blue Moon here, and I went by the vet yesterday just to get some penicillin that I'm going to be excuse me, I'm going to be putting on her topically on the Thrush or on the Canker before I put the mixture that the home remedy I'm going to be showing you guys. And I was talking to the vet, like, I want him to track her progress. He goes, well, I could see her in the morning. Somebody just canceled. So even though I wasn't going to start with vet treatment yet, I'm bringing her in just for a baseline with my vet so he can have it in his notes and really understand whether she's getting better or not, so that he can make the decision when it's time to do the surgery. I'm hoping that my family knowledge, my generational knowledge of horses, I can use some of the old tricks of the trade and cure her. I think I already told you guys, I talked to my grandpa's farrier, who is now in his 90s, and this man, his name is Keith Miser. He is a famous farrier. He's taught at colleges, he's traveled the world putting on hoof restoration clinics, and I mean, he's one of the best that's ever done it. He told me that he could cure canker every time, so I'm going to use his remedies and I'm going to share those with you, and if they work, great, and if not, this way the vet will know where she started and where she's getting to, and he'll be able to make the ethical decision on when to take her back to the university hospital and have her sedated and a foot operation, or B, to euthanize her. I think with all of y'all's spiritual support and our effort, she's gonna be fine though. So let's see what happens.
Good girl.
He is good about trailers.
Yeah. You're okay.
We've only had her a day.
Yeah, well, that's not very long. That's not long enough to even know each other very much. That's pretty fine.
She's just kind of
How old is she?
shy.
They say 15, I say 20.
See, not a spring chicken.
She ain't got papers. But I think she doesn't have papers because the sale barners wanted to sell her as young as
I'd start at 20
Yeah.
and go up from there.
Yeah. But her body
She's interested in body condition is good. She's not underweight. She's not overweight. She's fine there. That's good.
You're okay, babe.
Okay, so she's been to the teaching hospital and diagnosed with thrush, correct?
Yeah, so the owner said that they talked about canker a lot, but the write-up actually never said canker, did it?
No, the write-up did not say canker that I saw.
Yeah, and he cut out as much as he could under general anesthesia. He said if it gets worse, that we would have to do an operation or something.
Okay.
They treated it with all sorts of thrush busters and copper tox and bleach.
And some of it has cleared up, they said, right?
Okay.
Yeah, he pointed where it had cleared
Oh
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
So on the right back, it's just in the center of the frog. On the left back, it's in the center and on the side, but it used to be on all the way around it, real bad. So Keith Miser, as you know, is a good friend of mine, and he said that he has cured canker with betadine and sugar, and you put a little bit of penicillin right on it first, and then put the betadine and sugar paste on top of it, put gauze in there and wrap it, and duct tape that in 24 hours twice a week. So, and then keep her in a completely dry stall.
Yeah.
So I was going to try that for a couple weeks.
I like metronidazole instead of penicillin. Penicillin would have been used because it used to be over the counter.
Yeah.
Metronidazole has always been prescription, but it's going to have a little better spectrum of activity. So one of the things that I like to do is take metronidazole tablets, grind them up into a powder, and then I'll mix that with whatever you want, whether it's water or in this case betadine would be a fine choice. Kind of make a paste out of it, pack that into the area, and then bandage it up. See this one, please. Oh, that's a good one. That's very good. Can we stretch it out just a little bit? All right. Have we been doing any soaking?
We just got
We
it.
just got it.
I should have said we. I guess
Oh.
I should have said.
He has just been spraying it with a 5% bleach solution lately because he's run out of time.
Understand.
You know, when he had a little more time, he was doing the copper tox and the bleach or thrush buster and dirt snakes.
Let's check the other side. So what I'm seeing, the medial sulcus along the frog, the erosions are worse, of course, right in the middle of the frog, and then going up towards the hairline and getting into the hairline, there's erosions in there. Those are all things we can pack. I would certainly start on probios. Put good bacteria in there. Of course, probios is over the counter. You can get it at the family center.
We just got a
You
new
got it on
jar.
hand.
Probiotics, yeah.
Cool. All right, kiddo. Can I see this side too, please?
Carrot too. So.
Oh, there you go. There you go. I think from a cleaning standpoint, it'll be probably easier if you're doing some soaking.
Like Epsom salt?
Yeah.
So we need to find like a tub to put that in, huh?
But then you're gonna wanna get, everything really nice and dry before you bandage it back up. There you go, sweetie pie. Flushing her feet. Another thing that can be done is the flushing those areas instead of soaking her feet. It might be more convenient just to flush it with iodine saline. So we do a mixture of 10 milliliters of betadine into 1 liter of saline, and that kind of turns into about the color of iced tea, and that works really, really well on flushing away bacteria and killing bacteria. So in this situation, there's going to be bacteria and there's going to be fungus there both. Iodine, it has some antifungal activity too. Copper tox is going to work pretty good. So it might be more convenient for you to, instead of soaking her in Epsom salts, because we don't really need a drawing aspect, instead of soaking her, might be easier just to make saline. Because I'm sure online you can find a recipe of how to make saline, boil water and put sodium chloride in it, and then you mix the betadine into it. Then flush those areas with that.
Yeah, I just
That
bought
might be even easier.
I bought a ketchup bottle from Dollar General yesterday for flushing.
Yes, that might be a better way to clean that. Easier to manage.
Right.
And less time consuming.
Yeah.
I think I like that. Cool.
Okay.
Well, we'll check the front ones here. You were good with your back feet. Thank you for being gentle. Can I see your front end?
You don't want to move and mess her up. I guess I'll just stay over here.
Oh, you're good.
There's not much going on here. Good job. Thank you. There you go. Let's check the other one.
She's not bad or anything. She's just kind of wary though, but she's like
I
a
think
good
she
girl.
Worked her whole life and never loved on her or made it into a, but she's allegedly, you put her in harness, she's all business,
Right.
never misses a.
We're trying on this one.
Oh shoot.
Lateral sulcus, we're trying, and in the center of the frog here. So better just treat all four if you find it, keep an eye on, say right in here. The medial is fine. But right in here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just starting.
Okay.
And then right there.
Okay.
Just starting.
So Dr. Berger didn't think that Luna needed surgery right off the bat here. Definitely worth a try getting it to clear up on its own before considering surgery. His advice for at-home treatment was pretty much exactly what we were planning on doing, except that he had a different antibiotic he would use. But because Keith Miser, a very well-known farrier who has treated severe thrush before and got it cleared up, uses penicillin, and since we already had a bottle, Dr. Berger said just go ahead and try that first. Dr. Berger does have a few other things we can try for Luna if we are not seeing improvement after this first initial plan of action, but hopefully, lots of prayers, we are seeing improvement. The other things are a little bit more severe, so he just wanted to hold off on those for just a bit to make sure, you know, maybe this is just what she needs and she won't need anything else.
Do they ever fully get over that, or they just always?
Once everything grows out, if we can stop the fungal replication and kill the bacteria, then we have to wait for everything to grow out. And once it's completely grown out, then theoretically we could
Beat it.
resolve it. But it's going to take a long time. It's going to be cold, and it might even be warm again before you're done with this.
Okay.
So it's a long-term commitment to improve it, but I don't think it's impossible.
Okay.
So later that evening, JR and I attempted to treat Luna and wrap her feet, but as you can see, we kind of failed at the wrapping. No laughing at us, because it is way harder than it looks. I was kind of surprised, but anyways, we have a friend, Michelle Elrod, with AE Rescue Ranch. She's here on YouTube. She has a big old draft horse, Boaz, that she rescued about 8 months ago, and he has the same issue going on that Luna does, except way more severe. So Michelle has a lot more experience wrapping the hoof. She has it down perfectly, and we called her, told her how badly we did, and she said that she would come out tomorrow and kind of show us the ropes and help us out. So we're very thankful she's doing this, and we can't wait to see her tomorrow.
Okay, so this is Michelle Elrod. She has a YouTube channel, AE Rescue Ranch, but she has had a rescue, Boaz, that has had cankers, but really, really, really bad, way worse than this mare. But she has been taking care of him and doctoring him for the past year, right, Michelle?
Yes.
Maybe not quite a year.
It's been about 7.5 months.
So anyway, she is an expert on wrapping. So she has come out, she's going to show us how she wraps. She uses a diaper because we kind of failed at wrapping.
Yeah, so what I would really highly recommend, guys, is that we get all this cut out.
Yeah, let's shave her.
Yeah, let's get all that shaved off.
We're going to see how she does with the trimmers.
Don't put your face there.
You're okay, babe.
She ain't gonna kick me.
She might kick the hell out of you.
She won't. She's not in the mood for that.
You think we should just shave the feathers off?
Oh, yeah, we'll get everything out of the way. I ain't worried about no feathers.
Not how it looks.
Yeah, I would shave them up to and around.
Oh,
the
baby.
center.
And this is day 3 that she's been here, I think.
Good girl.
Why don't you let me do it from this angle?
I was afraid you're going to get your head kicked off.
Emery, you got some scissors?
Yes, let me find them.
Okay, everybody, if you hear arguing, it's because Michelle and JR love to argue all the time about everything.
That's how we communicate.
Yeah. Michelle ended up taking over Luna's haircut, which was perfectly fine, and she did a wonderful job. She didn't want to take all the feather off, and JR wanted to, so I think that's why she took the scissors from him. She just cut her feather up higher in the front and then shaved it off in the back. The purpose of this is, one, we don't want the hair you know, it's always going to be dirty, somewhat dirty, getting stuck down in the wrappings. And it also, if it's stuck down in there in the duct tape and all that, it could hurt her. You know, having that hair pulled wouldn't feel very good to her. So although that is the last thing you want to do on a Clydesdale, cut their feather, for Luna, it's necessary and it will grow back. So it'll be okay. After getting all the hair cleaned up and cut, the first step in wrapping her hoofs is going to be cleaning it. That's what JR's doing right
He's
here.
cleaning it, and then we're going to, we have bleach and water.
Okay, hit it, Michelle.
Clean it better.
No, I did great.
No, clean it better. Clean it really, really good.
Well, if you put some liquid on there while I do
Don't
that.
be lazy.
Okay, so basically this is just the cleaning process before we actually treat the hoof.
We're gonna get as much of the gunk out of there as possible.
And we're cleaning it with water and bleach.
Get your knife in here, right there. Get that out.
I'm sure a lot of you heard Dr. Berger say to use the saline solution and iodine for prepping the hoof. We just didn't have it on hand at this moment. We're just gathering everything we need. This is only day 3, but we did have the bleach and water, so we just used that for cleaning this first
Okay,
time.
it's clean. Very clean,
That's
very
it,
clean.
one more time. Now set it down, but not in the mess.
Good girl.
Okay, step 1. And of course, we did the same thing on the opposite hoof. And then Michelle showed us how to wrap it, exactly what she does. She actually makes a whole pad out of duct tape. And it looks like this is probably going to work a lot better than what we were trying to do last night. We were just trying to wrap the duct tape around the hoof right there in place. But to have this all ready to go makes a lot more
So
sense.
what you're gonna do is you're gonna build this base, okay? You're building the bottom. And by building the bottom, it helps your wrap stay on. I know she's like not out in pasture or a dry lot, but you know, I mean, it will help it stay on a lot longer. So at first I thought this was excessive and I was like, this is taking forever, but you can make these ahead of time and have them placed on like some cardboard or something somewhere where there's just no wind. So now what we'll do is we'll go the opposite direction. Now we have our duct tape pad, okay? So this gives you this really solid, flexible protection around your diaper and your Coflex.
Okay, so next step is the penicillin. And then it's betadine and sugar that you pack in there.
Correct.
And this is not a treatment that Michelle's used.
Correct.
So it's kind of an experiment.
This is experimental. We have not used this yet.
Nope.
Need fatter diapers.
A 5 would be fine. Hold that side over there for me.
What size is that?
This is a 5.
Or this one?
Yep.
Oh, baby.
Yep, that's all
Okay,
you
she
need.
has her diaper on. Now the duct tape pad? No? Okay, then that, okay.
So you want to start up here. I started my wrap wrong. Sorry, guys. Now we're going to try to work our way around the edge of the hoof, getting the diaper covered, and then you start crisscrossing. See that? And then you cross back over this direction. You want to go back and forth like that. Tie it in. Now we're going to hit this toe up here, and you'll use an entire roll each time.
Okay.
Okay? Now,
Whew. It's about to fail you.
Good girl.
now we center this,
Okay.
and we're going to put that on there nice and tight. Push it on, and then work it around the edges. Okay, you work on keeping her feathers back and her hair not in the tape.
Yeah, if we could just rest her foot on that, that alone will help, JR.
It helps.
Okay, and then more duct tape.
Now
We need
we're
a lot
going to
of duct tape.
seal the edges up. Several rounds.
So pretty. Looks a little more professional than what we did last night. Huh?
Yeah.
And you'll want to cover the coflex all the way up and your edges of the pad that you created, the square. So you want to get her feathers out of the tape because it will pull on her feet and she will start
Yeah, that's why I was thinking.
getting upset with you about it.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure that you use her feathers to your benefit so that nothing works its way, works its way in here. So use her feathers to benefit shielding that top thing.
And then, of course, Michelle repeated the process on the other side. We did run out of duct tape, though, because I didn't realize it was going to take so much duct tape. But we just improvised, and it worked out fine. Definitely kind of a process, a learning curve. But once we get kind of the pattern down, what we're doing, I think it's going to be okay. And I'm not sure if you have noticed throughout this video how good Luna is being at the vet, and then here with JR and Michelle just all around her, putting stuff all over her feet. I mean, she's being incredibly good, but I mean, at the same time, she's scared and worried. And like you can feel that like kind of jumpiness in her, but she doesn't react on it. So it's kind of a little bit different for her. We're trying to make her feel very safe. And I think over the past like 24 hours, she's starting to kind of settle down and feel a little bit more at home, but it's going to take a bit winning her over, I think.
Okay, everybody, we've had Luna for about a week. We've done multiple treatments. We've been to the vet. So my first thought on that is, wow, what did we bite off? Like, what did we get ourselves into? It's a lot of work. But, you know, I've got the time to do it, and we're learning. We're going to make it easier as we go. Prognosis, probably better than 50-50. It's just the reason why this is usually so detrimental is nobody has the time or effort to put in that we're going to be able to put into it. Today, she's not wrapped just because we wanted to give her 24 hours for her foot to dry out, but this is the only day of this week she hasn't been wrapped with medicated stuff, and we're going to wrap her tonight. Some of the major questions we keep getting is, what is thrush? Or no, not what is thrush, but sort of what is thrush, but what is canker? So thrush and canker are very similar. In one medical book that my vet showed me, they're not even distinguishable. But canker is advanced thrush. Canker is also somewhat bacterial and somewhat fungal. It's thrush that gets down into the grooves behind the frog and down in the sides of the frog and everything. Her hoof wall, the white line, is in good shape on her, so it's not in there. That's good news.
But also, I think every person, there's like so many definitions of it. Everybody has different opinions on it, so it's hard to distinguish.
Basically, foot rot from bacteria.
Yeah, pretty much is what it is.
And it stinks, and it's white and slimy. The other question we're getting on her a lot is about the brand. They keep saying, oh, you can find out where she come from by looking up the brand. Well, we know who put the brand on her, and they only put it on her a few years ago.
And it was,
And so it was just a guy that had owned her once in her life, not the barn that raised her like it should have been.
So kind of a dead end.
Yeah, and it's not painted on, and it's not burnt on. What that is called a freeze brand. So they take dry ice on metal, and then they shave the hair, and they push it on the skin, and then when the hair grows back, it grows back white. So That's what that is. It can't
And
be removed.
It's not a common practice in Clydesdales.
No.
Like it's not like we've been around Clydesdales forever, but I've never seen one.
But we kind of like that it's the H.
Yeah, so we're gonna see the positive side of it, that it's an H. So, for Homestead Horsemanship. She doesn't really show a ton of lameness. Even going across the rocks there, I didn't see any.
No, she's sound.
If you kind of stick the pick in when you're cleaning it in the wrong spot, she will jump. But it's deep down, right?
Yeah, her hoof wall and sole is in good shape. It's just the frog and the grooves beside the frog and the heel bulb that's infected.
Yeah.
So the structure where she's standing on, I don't think she's in any pain.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and end this video, but if you have any questions, put them in the comments and we'll do another video. Yeah. Maybe film it later today or something, and answer more questions and talk about her more in the next video. Yeah. But she's doing good so far. And
the main thing with her is for us to be able to do this, it's because of you guys, so thank you. But if you haven't subscribed, that's a great way to support us. And if you want to see more daily stuff on what we're doing day to day without edited videos, you can join our Patreon, and that's another great way to support us. And it'll help us provide the care that Luna needs, because long-term goals for Luna is just to make her better. We don't really have long-term goals for her for the farm. I've even thought about getting her 100% healthy and then giving her away to whatever viewer would have the best suitable home for her. We'll find her the perfect home, and as long as somebody meets the criteria, we'll just, give them to her once she's 100% healthy, where we know we can keep track of her. We just have 6 months to a year of work every single day to get her to there first. And who knows, maybe I'll keep her and just use her. So far, everything I've done with her, she's excellent. She behaves excellent. She lifts her feet up excellent. She got in the stocks I built excellent. She's just a little shy, a little bit wary of people. So, but she's a beautiful girl. I really like her.
Like I said earlier, if you have any questions on Luna or Beauty, make sure to drop them in the comments. We're going to do another video. We need to get both the girls' weight, especially Luna's, probably keep track of it. So we'll go down to Grandma and Grandpa's and use their scale room to weigh both of them. And when we do that, we'll kind of do a question and answer. So let us know all your questions in the comments, and we'll try to get to those in the next upcoming video.